YOLO, my fellow human beings, and welcome to episode 12 of The Best Blessed Life. I'm your best host, Kristen, and today's topic, how can I feel like a positive Pete when I feel like a negative Nelly? Stay tuned. But first, I want to thank you all for watching. Please continue to like, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. Pass them along to anybody you think they might be able to help. And, watch all the other episodes. They're really good, I promise. There's some good stuff in there. If you can't watch them all at once, break them up into little pieces. Make sure you have that paper and pencil handy for my wonderful words of wisdom, because you know I have so many of those. And my son is coming home today. I'm so excited. He's at the airport right now. He just called me not that long ago, so I'm very, very, very excited. He should be here in like 4 hours, I think he said. Fingers. I was like trying to cross my fingers. It was like I'm slipping you the bird there. And since he'll be here, he'll be able to upload more episodes onto Spotify for you guys if those are working out for you better. Maybe, you, like I said, you can check them out on Spotify, and then if you hear something on them that you might want to check out in visualization, come to the YouTube channel and check out the video. That would be awesome. Now we have a couple challenges going on right now. If you remember, and I'm beginning to lose track of which episodes these challenges started in, and I should go back and check, but for right now we're going to go over these. We have the Save the Moolah for Maui money, or your health fund jar, however you want to look at it. Whatever you want to call that. You see, I got some change in there. I'm working on it. You know, this is a significant amount for me. I mean, money-wise. I've done a lot of working out. I'm just saying, cash flow-wise, I'm a little light. And then 21 days of gratefulness, or your brain reboot, if you will. I read something that said 21 days of being grateful for 3 things per day will rewire your brain and make you think more positive thoughts. So that was the challenge. There was a challenge added for you to find anything that was wrong with the last video. So I might be giving you some clues right now as to what that might be. I might have emphasized something that could point you in the right direction. If you get what I'm throwing down, write it in the comments section of this video. Okay? That would be so awesome. I would love some comments. Let me know what you guys want to know about. Please remember, I'm a certified personal trainer. I'm a certified fitness nutrition specialist. I gotta remember them all. I am a certified performance enhancement specialist. I'm not going to say certified anymore. And then corrective exercise specialist. I also am a certified health coach from Ace Fitness. And I have a couple other little classes thrown in there here and there for like program design for workouts and such. So maybe we can connect through that kind of thing. Keep that in mind when you're watching. And I'm talking about healthy things and challenges of that sort. And we'll get to that a little later. To talk to you about the coffee cup. If you want me to promote your business, please send me your coffee mug. If you know my address and you have a small business, please send it on over and I'll be more than happy to drink my coffee out of it. It will taste so much better, I promise. This coffee cup is so... I love it. My girlfriend gave it to me for my 50th birthday, so it's only a year old. I drink out of it every day. I've actually broken the lid. Broken? So, coffee might taste better if I drank it out of a different cup. So, please, feel free to send those to me. And I'm going to work on some sort of way for other people to get me their business mugs as well. My interesting coffee fact for today is that it is second in commodities after oil, and it is second in largest for both of those things. Second largest beverage consumed worldwide after water. So oil and water. And you thought they didn't mix. But it's also $100 billion industry. $100 billion. I think I've put in a pretty good chunk of that at least. I had to have. I'm just saying. Alright, I'm going to talk about my steps or lack thereof tracking them, because it was a busy day since my son is coming home for me getting things ready. I cleaned the laundry room. I'm so proud of myself. It looks really good. I've been running up and down the stairs, but I forgot to put my watch on. So I don't really have a lot of steps. Do I think I did a lot? Absolutely. Am I worried about how much exercise I've gotten or lack thereof? No. I definitely did my fair amount. Up and down the stairs, like I said, and out to the garbage cans outside, that kind of thing. So it's just the fact that I didn't really get to track them. I don't really know where I am, and that's why I say to you guys, download an app onto your phone if you can. Keep track of those steps. I did get 1,072 just by checking my phone. Like I said, I wasn't even really carrying it around with me, so I know I've gotten more than that, but I'm only going to take credit for that because I want to keep pushing myself to keep moving, keeping mobile, so to speak. That pushing myself to be positive brings me to the positive word of the day, which I chose resilience, which I think has to do with being positive Pete and negative Nelly, bouncing back, being resilient. So the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, having toughness or strength or brute force, whatever you want to call it. You have that ability to recuperate, if you will. I just think it's a nice positive word. It makes you think, okay, if I got through the last thing okay, and I'm still here to talk about it, I'm obviously doing okay. I have that bounce back type mentality, so I must be doing something right. I'm still here. So that person that pissed me off more than the person that pissed me off the last time, and I handled both. I'm just giving that as an example. You were able to tolerate the next level, and you still bounce back. Maybe not as well or as high, however you want to look at it, but it's still a positive step in the right direction. And one may ask oneself, how does a person such as myself stay upbeat and positive? Yeah, I'm asking you guys. Yeah. I don't. That's the answer. I was trying to be all cutesy, but in all actuality, I really don't. I have a hard time, I wouldn't say daily, but it is hard to motivate yourself when you're not really supposed to be going to many places or don't really have work to go to, but work to do. And it's different. So there's not a schedule of time unless you're actually getting paid for it. And that's why I was saying, like, getting paid to do something healthy for yourself would motivate you to keep going. And a lot of employers now are paying for employees to go to gyms, or giving them discounts, giving them benefits, or giving them discounts on their benefits. Giving them personal trainers would be the next best thing. Can you imagine if proactive things were covered by insurance instead of, what do you call that, post-active things? Can you imagine what the difference would be? But like I said, I'm not upbeat and positive all the time. I create this force to be on here. I create this force to go out in the world and do my things that I have to do. But it is a fake it till you make it type of process. And when you can't see your friends every day or get moral support from someone on the daily, it does take a little bit of effort from yourself to create that kind of get off your ass and do what you think is right. That's what I keep telling myself. Get off your ass and do what's right. Because you wallowing in your own mental dirt, so to speak, it does not help. So that's why I keep creating these challenges. That's why I keep trying to get everybody up and moving in positive things without taking gigantic leaps and then failing to meet that gigantic leap and then feeling like you've failed or that you have to start all over when you really haven't gone that far. So that little, don't worry about it. It's all good. It'll all work out, I promise. But trying to be uplifting other people almost requires you to have that capacity to make yourself feel better. I don't know how else to explain it, but you have to kind of give yourself that coaches in the locker room kind of pep talk, which sometimes if you're in your negative Nelly stage, it just it doesn't come off real well. Let me just put it that way. And I think we find ourselves on social media checking out what friends and family are doing, thinking it's going to have a positive effect. But as you're flipping through, not only seeing the positive things from friends and family, but seeing negative things from other people, other places, other things that pop up in your, what do you call that, feed? I had to think about what that word was. So maybe try to think about putting the social media down and start picking up other mediums. Maybe take up painting or crocheting. I started a blanket for Jordan. Paint's supposed to go into. I have like one little section about this big. And then there was a yarn shortage. Like you couldn't find colors of yarn that you wanted. Because everybody was thinking the same great thoughts on the first wave of this. But we're not trying to make others feel bad. We're trying to make ourselves and in turn others feel better. So, giving yourself that pep talk, like, get out of your head and get onto your feet. And I know negative Nellies are out there to bring you down. You have your bullies and all of that, and that supposedly, I guess, is supposed to make themselves feel better. I don't know. I don't get it. But I know this sounds crazy to just try killing them with kindness. Maybe. Have you ever thought about why you were in a negative Nelly stage and you weren't there just for no reason? You weren't just in a bad mood to be in a bad mood. You had a reason. And that other person that's being a negative Nelly for the day has a reason. You don't know what the reason is, because most likely they're a complete stranger. But killing them with kindness might be the route to go there. Just because they might be a frontline worker, essential worker. You don't know what their life has been like. Just God bless them, or buy them a coffee, or just say, I hope your day gets better. That's always a good one. I hope your day gets better. Here you go. Have a coffee. That would be me giving out coffee. Teachers. That's another one on my list I want to mention because I have relatives that are teachers. They deserve that kudos too. They're all working so hard and so tirelessly, and they are tired. So, tired people can be, I'm going to say, not so happy. I'm not a happy person when I'm tired. Are you a happy person when you're tired? I don't think so. So, give them a break. Give them some rest. Give them something to maybe smirk at. Say God bless you and thank you so much for all you do. But I also want you to start looking, so we're looking at things from a different perspective. You're now starting to see why the negative Nelly might not be in the best mood for the day, right? So I want you to flip the picture, or as they say, look at the world through rose-colored glasses. And I say, go through your house with your sunglasses on and then take them off, or do it vice versa. I don't think it really is going to matter. But you're going to notice things or not notice things just because they are shading or hiding some things because it's making it darker. I feel like we can see not only places like that, but people and things too. Peyton commented, she just came home not that long ago for the weekend, said home feels weird. It feels different. It feels like a disconnect. And I get it. I mean, I wasn't in college for long, but I was away at school, and there was this moment where you got home and you're just like, okay. Things are not in the same place as they were the last time you were there, because obviously you've been gone a while, so things get moved. It just, you have to take a whole new scan of the room, so to speak. But I want you to do that for people too. It's not just a room. You can create this mystical, magical look through. But I want you to do this. I want you to take this challenge with me. And I want you to keep taking challenges with me, because I think it's important that we keep ourselves busy and we keep ourselves moving and we keep ourselves remembering. So try the sunglass thing. Maybe it's stupid, maybe it's not, maybe it's silly. Try it with the lights on, with the sunglasses on. Try it with the lights off, with the sunglasses on. You might find you can relax that way or meditate that way with sunglasses on. Who knows? Everything happens from something else happening, so you won't know until you try, right? I just think I'm going to require people who enter my home to then wear sunglasses so I don't have to clean as often. But I also want to add a challenge that will boost the moolah in our jar, because I definitely need some help in that department. And I know for a fact that staying mobile and aware is just so key for me. It just is so key for everyone right now. Trying to stay healthy, trying to stay mobile, trying to stay alert. It is becoming, everybody's all consuming day in and day out. And any kind of movement, no matter what it is better for you than not doing anything. Because it is better for your physical health and well-being, as well as your mental and emotional. I know there's research out there somewhere I believe I read something that says that it staves off like Alzheimer's, memory issues, dementia, that kind of thing. I know I read that somewhere. Where? I don't know. But it was a while ago. But in order to add that moolah to our jar, we got to start adding moves to our walk. So, if you are capable of getting a doctor's permission to do any kind of physical activity first, and adding any kind of weights to your hands or your legs, get that permission, because I don't want you doing anything physically without getting permission. But these are little hand gloves. I always wore them like this. Or did I wear them on the outside? I think I wore them on... Either way, I wore them one way or the other. I think it was this way. Yeah. So, to create a resistance for you while you're walking. So any type of weight in your hand where you can do bicep curls while you're walking with these weights on. Yes, it's only about a pound maybe. Yeah, I don't even remember. But it's just enough to create that little bit that will amp up your workout, make you feel that little bit more energized. Can't talk anymore. Must be getting to the end. But I also want you to learn to create your own body resistance while you're walking. So tightening the muscle, like as if you were doing a bicep curl. Feel that tension right here. When you start to lift a weight, you're going to feel that in your bicep. So I want you to feel that. But I want you to now put the weight down and keep that muscle the same way. Keep that tension in there. And then as you're walking, create a movement. You can do the bicep curls. You can turn your palms around and press away. And again, creating a tension. You could do where you're compressing inward. Again, I want you to envision, visualizing these movements is key, because you want to impress in your brain and the muscle memory that there is this resistance there even when there isn't. So you can be anywhere, anytime. You can be driving in your car, like I'm talking to you right now with my stomach contracted, my biceps contracted. Remember, we're keeping our shoulders down and back. We're evaluating ourselves. We're going to keep evaluating ourselves. And I know that my walks are getting better. I'm feeling less pulling. On the one side, I had it from, I don't know, somehow being lopsided one way or another. Just by being pregnant, I'm sure. My son sat on one side and the sciatic nerve just went numb for pretty much my whole pregnancy. He was could not feel it was a very weird sensation. But I just want you to have this extra. It'll amp up your workout with really you noticing too much of a difference. It'll burn off a few more calories. It'll burn a little bit more body fat. Lifting weights is excellent for people that might think they're going to end up going through osteoporosis, because it is a bone strengthening exercise. Lifting weights, even light ones, are good for your bones. Remember that, okay? So you're trying to create that tension, and then walking down the street, you can do bicep curls, you can do, if you're ballsy enough to lift your arms up over your head and not give a shit who's watching, but create that tension coming down. Have that elbow, even if you need to create your own resistance. Have this hand pressed up while this elbow's pressing down. Or as you're doing a bicep curl, have this hand hold this hand down while you're trying to curl this hand. It looks like I'm flipping you, curling this hand up. Sorry. But you want to create that resistance. You want to create that visual in your brain of thinking about what is going to take you to think that you can't possibly meet your arm to your body when there's nothing really preventing you from doing so. So it's a mental game. I've been telling you this for a while, that it's all a mental game. It's all about training your brain to know that it can do more than it thinks it can. Because, like I said, if you take your brain out of the equation, you could lift weights forever. But it's your brain telling you to stop, not your muscle. So you can do these things while you're driving. I wouldn't do the bicep curls or get too distracted with anything too. But if you can contract your stomach muscles while driving, that's always a great exercise. So remember that. And of course, we're going to talk about food before we go. I want you to try eliminating something from your repertoire of foods that you know is bad for you. Try eliminating it for a week, for a month, for a year. Try to see if you would really miss it. Like, I've had to learn that, I think, because of the peanut allergy, because I didn't develop it until, gosh, I don't know, 5 years ago now? 6? I have no idea when it started, to be honest. But it's because of the prescription medication amount is actually making me have an allergic reaction to peanuts. So I've had to train my brain to not like the things with peanuts in it, or to know how sick that those things make me. That I had to train my brain to forget about them, or at least there's been alternatives in the nut butter category that I can replace it with. There is even one that is of the soy nature that tastes just exactly like a beautiful roasted peanut butter. It's very delicious. But again, I don't eat a lot of peanut butter, so I don't really miss it all that much. But when I want a peanut butter and jelly, man, it's nice to know that peanut, that soy nut butter tastes almost exactly like it. But I want you to realize, hey, I can live without, and I'm going to give you an example, salad dressing. We dump tons of salad dressing. I wish instead I've learned the technique of dipping. So I don't dump. I always ask for my dressing on the side, and I don't dump, I dip. I pick up my lettuce and I dip it in the dish and I eat it. Dip. Dish, dip. So I use minuscule amounts, but if that technique doesn't work for you, we can figure out something else. Substitute. Salsa makes an excellent salad dressing. And if you like creamy salad dressing, you can take the ranch packet or dry seasoning mix and mix it with Greek yogurt, and add a little milk, add a little sour cream if you want to make it, but it does taste very much like ranch dressing. You do have to thin it out with the milk, but you're replacing the mayo, I guess I should say, with Greek yogurt. Another thing you can replace mayo with is avocado. If you love mayo on your sandwich, you can instead just take a slice or two or a half, however you want it, pre-mash it, and then just plop that on your bread, or some people just mash it. Like the avocado toast, that type of dealio, but use it for your bacon, lettuce, and tomato, your, I don't know, bologna and cheese would be a little weird, but hey, don't knock it till you try it, right? But those are some examples of ways that you can eliminate some things. I don't really use mayo anymore, and when I do, it's such a light thin layer or barely any at all. I've realized I like burgers and things plain now as I go through. I like to taste the meat and the cheese, not the condiments on it. So I've eliminated some of that stuff just from, I don't know, years of just everything tasting full of, like you get a mouthful of ketchup or a mouthful. I like to taste just the meat and the cheese. And if I want to put something on it, I'll put something on it myself. But substituting for a bad thing isn't a bad way to go when you're trying to think healthier. It is a way to kind of get from one step of the process to the next. And that's really all that we're trying to do here, is we're just trying to make it, like I said, like I say probably every episode now, I feel like we're trying to make it from one happy snippet to the next, and with a better attitude, with love and kindness. You don't know what that person's going through. What we got to do on days when we are negative Nellies is to hang on until old positive Pete rolls around. And by hanging on, I don't expect you to not do anything, because that doesn't get you anywhere. But you can't expect something to happen from nothing. If you don't try, you'll never know. It takes just one Pete to make Nelly a happy girl. Just one positive little word of kindness. Like, I sure hope your day gets better. Enjoy the weather out there. Something of that nature. Alright, and with that being said, that wraps up another week of challenges. There's a lot of them. If you can remember them all, participate in some, participate in all of them. We're just going to keep each other moving and just keep going. Just keep going. That's all I could say. We're going to make each time you keep going, we're going to try and make that a little better. Every time you watch an episode, I'm going to try and make that a little better. So please have a good day. Go out and do great things. Be your best self. And please, live your best blessed life. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.